Why is America getting hit by a historic heat wave in 2026? You think heat is just heat, but the real answer is far stranger. Because a heat wave is not only about temperature, it is about trapped air, weakened systems, stressed power grids, and a country trying to function while the sky feels turned on. In 2026, the US heat wave is hitting during one of the busiest moments of the summer. People are traveling, cities are packed, holidays are happening, and at the same time, extreme heat is making everything harder, from outdoor events to electricity demand to daily life itself. What makes this heat wave historic is not only the number on the thermometer, it is the length, the reach, and the way it affects so many parts of life at once. When heat hangs around for days, your body, your home, and even the power grid all start to feel it. To understand why, picture the atmosphere like a lid. When weather patterns stall, hot air gets trapped. Instead of moving out, it sits over the same places and keeps heating them up. That is when a heat wave stops being uncomfortable and starts becoming dangerous. Meteorologists often explain these events through stalled high-pressure systems, which act like domes that suppress clouds and trap heat below. In plain English, that means the sun keeps baking the same areas again and again, with little relief at night. That is one reason nighttime heat matters so much. If your body cannot cool down after sunset, the strain builds. Sleep gets worse, dehydration risk rises. The heat stops being a daytime problem and becomes a 24-hour problem. Cities make it even harder. Concrete, asphalt, and buildings hold on to warmth. So urban areas can stay hotter than surrounding rural land. That is why a heat wave can feel even more brutal in places where people are already packed together. And once the heat locks in, the stress spreads fast. Air conditioners run longer, fridges work harder, fans never seem to catch up. Electricity demand climbs, and the grid has to carry everybody at the same time. This is where history and science meet. Heat waves are not just weather events, they are stress tests. They reveal how vulnerable modern life can be when temperature spikes, water use rises, and infrastructure gets pushed close to the edge. Researchers like the National Weather Service, NOAA, and climate scientists such as Christy Eby have long warned that extreme heat is one of the deadliest weather hazards because it sneaks up quietly. It does not always look dramatic, but it can build up damage fast. That is why officials keep warning people to take heat seriously, even when the sky looks clear. Clear skies can actually make a heat wave worse, because strong sunlight keeps pouring energy into the ground all day long. No clouds, no shade, no quick reset. And there is another twist. Heat waves can feel more intense when they arrive around major holidays or busy travel periods. People are outdoors more, events are scheduled, roads are crowded. Emergency response becomes harder. In other words, the heat does not just affect weather, it affects timing. It changes the way a city moves. It changes how people work, sleep, drive, travel, and celebrate. It also changes how dangerous ordinary things can become. A short walk feels longer. A parked car heats up faster. A power outage feels more serious. A day at the beach turns from fun to risky if you stay too long without cooling down. There is a human side to this too. Heat makes tempers shorter. It can leave people tired, dizzy, and mentally drained. It can make long shifts harder for workers and make outdoor jobs more dangerous. It can even change how a neighborhood feels by late afternoon, when everyone is trying to escape the sun at the same time. And that is why the nights matter. If the air stays hot after dark, your body never gets the break it wants. The whole cycle keeps going. Sleep suffers, energy drops, recovery slows. A heat wave becomes around-the-clock pressure instead of a few bad hours in the afternoon. Even the small things become bigger under that kind of heat. Grocery runs feel draining. Sports practice gets risky. Pets and older adults need extra attention. One hot week can reorganize a whole city's routine around staying cool. That is why this story matters. Not because heat is new, but because the kind of heat America is facing now is becoming harder to ignore, harder to escape, and harder to treat like a normal summer inconvenience. And the bigger lesson is even more important. Extreme heat is not only a weather problem, it is a systems problem. It exposes the limits of buildings, roads, power, water, and even your own body. So when you ask why America is getting hit by a historic heat wave in 2026, the answer is not just that it is hot. The real answer is that the whole system is under pressure, and heat is exposing it all at once.
If you liked this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Hit that notification bell for more.